Well, back on the road, and I don't think it could be any more fitting than first real night on the road, and I'm back to where it all began, at the Fairfield Inn in Berwick, PA, working on the Susquehanna nuclear sirens. So let's go in, get checked in, and see what's different. So as you know, we're gonna definitely have to wear our masks. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. It is October 2020, and this thing isn't lightening up at all. So let's go in and see what this is all about. All right, got my mask on. Of course, I got dinner that you eat on the road, of course, fast food, and going to check in to the Fairfield COVID style. Yep, things are a little different. All right, so there's definitely social distancing going on, and let's get up to the room. Good morning, and it wasn't too bad of a night last night. Got my morning frappuccino from the new Starbucks that is located right out in front of the hotel. So how can you beat that to start the day? And it wasn't that bad of a night. So it was a lot of social distancing inside the hotel. This morning they didn't have a breakfast, but the rooms were very clean, sealed here at the Marriott Fairfield Inn. And once you're in your room and it's clean, I don't really go out. The pool was closed, of course. The treadmill exercise room was closed. And like I said, no breakfast in the morning. They did have yogurts out, and the coffee dispenser was working, but when you got a Starbucks now out and where an empty lot was there for years, who could pass up Starbucks versus a hotel coffee? So it was a good night, and start to get a good day here. So let's get to our first site. This is general maintenance. We've done it for years, and the leaves are changing up here. It's nice, cool, and brisk, but I think we'll have a good day. So come and join me for the ride. We are at our first site, and I wanted to take you back to a site that hopefully you'll remember out here in the Susquehanna Nuclear EPZ, and it's Siren 402. And I wanted to kind of take you back here because we were here a while back, and I made a video to kind of show the gear and the equipment that we used, and I thought it'd be a good site to bring you back. It's an isolated site, and just show you, and talk about everything that's going on in the world, and take a look at the site and what we do still, So got the van gonna gear up and kind of go up and take a look at it, and so why don't you come along with me? All right, so we use the same tools and equipment. Still got the same harness that I've had for really since I started here. So let me get this on, and we'll kind of get our day started. And safety is one of the biggest things in a world that we're talking about now with COVID and everything that's going on. Workplace safety is obviously, in our line of work, number one. You have to be safe. We all want to go home at the end of the day. We took 3 months off. We were really down for a couple of months. Myself getting sick with the COVID, and then the shop actually closed down and was down for a while just so we could all kind of regroup and put everything back together. So it's really good to be back working and in the job that I really love. So now that we're clipped in, let's go take a look at the siren. This is a T121, the Tempest line sirens, mechanical siren. So as you know, it's a mechanical siren, and we're gonna go up and take a look and just see if all the components. This is our biannual maintenance, so we come around 2 times a year to just kind of make sure everything is still holding up, that the batteries are still good. So let's take a look at this siren and go through and make sure that everything's to spec. And I'm having a real deja vu moment because I can remember making this video not too long ago. And I've been at A&S now for 13 years, almost 13 years. And, you know, doing this maintenance and installation and service on these sirens never gets old because it's always something new. It's a challenge every day. The work that we do is satisfying because we're saving lives. You know, God forbid that these sirens would ever be needed. You know, I can guarantee that these sirens are going to work. But it's just like the COVID is, you know, you have to put the time in beforehand to make sure that you're safe. So whether it's wearing a mask or washing your hands or doing the right thing, you know, our leaders, you know, have to dictate how you do it, prepare in case it happens, and you hope that it never happens. They have to do the maintenance ahead of time to put the policies and procedures in place, and I kind of related to that, you know. And so A&S, we're out here every day, you know, doing the maintenance, doing the corrective stuff, and I hope that the world can get to a point that we realize what's going on with the virus, and we can correct some of the things that we've been doing wrong and move forward and get this thing under control. Then you do the maintenance of getting the vaccination shots to stay on top of it, just like we knocked out polio, just like we knocked out smallpox. You get the vaccinations as your regular course of maintenance. And when we have to do a corrective actions now, where you batten down the hatches and make sure that everybody is safe by taking the precautions that we are, by the mask, washing hands, social distance, then you do that too. So let's open up this cabinet and see what we got here. T121 mechanical siren. Let's open it up and see how good it looks. Alright, one of the last things we do for maintenance is to make sure that this sounds and is reliable. So I just tested it on DC, or the battery backup, and now I'm going to test it on AC. So let's make some noise. I think we have a successful round of maintenance on this siren. We'll do a remote test before I pull out of here.
Yalla goodbye.
All right, so you really don't know what you're gonna get sometimes when you open up the doors to these cabinets, but I know this site and I got a little idea of what's going on behind this door by one of my little friends poking their head out. So let's open it and see what's going on. So as you can see, we got a little bee activity going here. Alright, so we had a great couple of days up there in the Poconos, but it's time to head home and get back to the shop and unpack this truck and call it a week. So another great round of maintenance up there in Susquehanna, but I'm antsing to get home. So let's take this back on the road and head south to Jersey. Here we go. So bad.